All right, so we have Carl asking. I think he also asked this on Twitch as well, but yeah, he has a niece that has Irish DNA and wants a kilt, and he gave her money to get a kilt and some accessories. Um,
Nice of them.
he's asking about Irish tartans.
Hmm.
Like, are there good options, bad options? What should he stay away from? Is there things? Is there any rules for Irish tartans? As you've just talked about names with Scottish tartans, how should they go about looking at that?
Sure. So if you're Irish and you're looking for a tartan, where do you start? Um, in the mid 1990s, I guess it started actually in the 80s, but in the mid 1990s, there was kind of this rush for everything tartan. Because of Braveheart and that effect that had on the tartan industry in general. With the Welsh tartans coming out then, with the Irish tartans coming out, there was a kind of a rush to register a bunch of different Irish names. Loch Carron, I think it was Loch Carron, did the four provinces. House of Edgar did the 32 counties. Strathmore did a bunch of different Irish name tartans. So there are some. There's not a super long history, but there is some history with it. They're not official, but there's a history there. There are Irish name tartans, but not a lot of places weave them. There's many registered, but just because it's registered doesn't mean that it's woven. So if your name, let's say Ford or McCarthy, is a registered tartan, you can possibly, you can find it, you can see it in the Scottish Tartan Register, but you may have to have it custom woven because no mills are going to stock support many of the Irish names. Now, what a lot of Irish end up doing, sort of people of Irish heritage, I should say, what they end up doing, de facto, is going to House of Edgar's County Tartans because that is the by far most popular collection, broadest collection, and allows you to get a tartan that at least relates to where your family came from in Ireland, versus trying to find a name tartan which isn't woven. Therefore, it will cost north of $1,000 to get a kilt made, versus you can get a 5-yard kilt in the county tartan for $350.
Right.
So a third the price. A lot of people are going to go that route, and time-wise as well, it's going to be a lot less time. So a lot of people go that route versus trying to have something custom woven in a name that doesn't really exist as a stock supported thing.
Yeah. I'd say the one thing I would say to keep in mind is you don't have to wear green. Irish kilting really started with the nationalists. Stop me if you heard this one. Really started off with the nationalists at the turn of the 19th to 20th century. People like William Gibson, Patrick Pearse, those guys were basically trying to say that the kilt can be a pan-Celtic garment and screw the English, so we're going to wear kilts. And it kind of took off. It kind of didn't. The county tartans and stuff in the 90s was really the biggest leap forward, a huge leap forward for Irish kilting, because before that, you mostly were just wearing saffron, very traditional color back for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years in Ireland, or blue for St. Patrick, or green to represent Ireland. And that was popular. Green was a popular color because of the revolutionaries and nationalists going back into the late 18th century when the first wolf trap flag, I think it was. So anyway,
Right.
yeah. So you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But so basically, they were trying to go with solid colors because they recognized that they didn't have quite the same connection to the clan tradition intact in Ireland at that time. Ireland did have a clan structure back in the day. It was different from Scotland's, but a lot of it got destroyed through the occupations.
No.
So yeah. So it's been a process of reclamation and increasing the artistry of it. So your niece could wear just about anything that strikes her fancy, and it's fine. But don't feel like it has to be green, is all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I would say don't overthink it too much.
Yeah.
Ultimately, when you're trying to get a younger person into wearing a kilt, and expressing their family heritage, it has to be their expression of the family heritage. They have to like it. They have to want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So you helping with the financial aspect, cheers, like good on you. But it has to be her thing to buy because she's ultimately going to be the one who's wearing it. So make sure she's comfortable with what you choose. If you pick saffron. It's an orange mustardy kind of, yellowish orangey mustardy kind of color. If she says like, ugh, I wouldn't, ugh, and you're like, no, 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 this is traditional Irish. Wear this, and she's
Right.
never going to wear it. What's the point? Don't waste your money.
Yeah.
But if she says like, ooh, my family's from Mayo and Donegal, like my name is commonly found in Mayo and Donegal and Wicklow. I really like that Wicklow one. That one speaks to me.
Yep.
Great. Let her get that. Let her drive the process. Support her in it, and be Mr. Moneybags to help her get over the financial thing. But let her do it. Let her do it her own way, because the more she does it her own way, or any kid does it their own way, the more they are going to want to do it. The more they're going to want to wear it. The more attachment they're going to feel to it, because they did it themselves. It wasn't foisted upon them.
Yeah.
It was their decision.
Yeah.
So that's what I would say.
And to go even one step further, I don't know how old this niece is. If she's 10 and she really wants to wear a pink tartan kilt, get the pink tartan kilt. If she's like 21 and wants to have a county tartan and you got the scratch for it, then do that. But yeah, make it fun for both of you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you for watching that clip. Rocky, the one thing that we didn't touch on enough when we were talking was how awesome it is that this guy is trying to get his niece into it in the first place. I mean, whether you're Irish or Scottish or Welsh or anything, this is a culture that needs to be passed on to future generations if it's going to survive.
Yep.
Right?
You have to get the kids involved. So whether that's through supporting them financially to be able to get their first stuff, or whether it's just bringing them out to events, the best thing you can do is get the young kids involved.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So keep up the good work, all you family people out there, and we hope to see you again at a festival near you.